Hey everybody, thanks for taking the time out of your day to join us for this webinar. My name is VanLandingham, founder of Priestess Private Wealth Management, and today we're going to talk about Social Security planning. Really, I'm going to try to just go through some real basic information, some of the issues that I've seen in my career as it pertains to Social Security. I guess you'd say information that some people get confused on or don't quite understand, and we'll just walk through that with some examples. I'll try to knock this out within 10 minutes. We'll see if I can get through these slides that quick. Social Security planning. Oftentimes, people forget that it changes. We used to use a strategy called file and suspend back prior to 2015 before they eliminated it, and that allowed people to, let's say you had a high earning spouse, they could delay their claiming of benefits while their spouse went ahead and claimed the spousal benefits. So they would file for their benefit, then turn around and immediately suspend it. Their spouse would go in and file for a spousal benefit. They would receive 50% of their spouse's Social Security, even though the spouse wasn't receiving their Social Security yet. And the higher earner spouse was able to grow theirs at the 8% to age 70 before filing for theirs. So it was really a way for them to get half of their benefit and let the full benefit grow through time. They eliminated that. So there's always things to keep in mind as they adjust Social Security. So that's why proper planning is important. One of the studies by Wells Fargo and Harris Poll was that 86% of current retirees fund retirement with Social Security, and 60% of baby boomers rely on Social Security and pensions to fund their retirement. So this is one of the most important decisions, retirement planning decisions that you're going to make. Some of these risks that you face in retirement, depending, especially if you're maximizing your Social Security and planning for it correctly, you're able to at least minimize these. So the first one, of course, is longevity risk. It's going to pay out as long as you're alive. Then there's also a survivor benefit that we'll talk about. The risk of losing purchasing power to inflation. You get COLA adjustments, cost of living adjustments for Social Security. So if inflation goes up, like we saw in 2021, 2022, then Social Security benefits were going up by that amount as well, or at least they're how they measure it anyway. And then it can also allow you to depend less on your retirement portfolio. So like your 401k, IRA, you won't be as dependent, again, if you properly structure your Social Security claiming for you and your spouse. People, they understand you claim early, your benefit's going to be less. If you wait to claim for your benefit, it's going to be higher. Most people are familiar with the term spousal benefit and survivor benefit. Sometimes they confuse the two. If my spouse passes away, then I'm just going to receive the 50%. And it's no, you receive the full benefit. One thing also is the break-even analysis. It's a lot of Google searches gear people in one way or another based on break-even. If you had a crystal ball and knew the day that you were going to pass away, then I could tell you the optimal time to file for your Social Security. But we don't have that. And one thing that you can look at, though, is the break-even age. And we'll just walk through this example real quick. So you have John, his full retirement age is 66. That FRA benefit amount is $1,400 at full retirement. If he waits to age 70, the benefit amount will be $1,820. So that's a difference of about $420 a year, which equates to a little over $5,000 per year. I guess it was $420 per month. So then how you calculate it is you take that 4 years that you'd be earning that benefit, right? So you'd be earning the $1,400 per month. You multiply that by the 4 years, you come up with, you would have actually pulled out or received $67,200. And you take that amount, divide it by the $5,040 per year, which is going to give you the break even in years, which is 13.4. So add that to 70, and you'd be 83.4 years old before you waiting to claim, you started seeing that benefit. So does that mean 83, that's when it's going to start? Man, I'm going to be, maybe not even be getting around that well at that point, but there's other aspects to take into consideration when making that decision. But this is just a way to see, and you could look at it from filing at age 62 to age 66, whenever you're wanting to file, and then compare it to if you waited to whatever time that is, and then you could do the same simple calculation to determine how long it would take you to break even. The other confusing topic I hear a lot about is the lump sum payment, right? So a lot of the times I've had clients that'll call, then they don't make a decision or claim their benefit, call and say, hey, they offered a lump sum, which is equivalent to 6 months worth of my benefit. They're just gonna send me a check for it. And did they explain that it's retroactive? No, they didn't say anything about that. In reality, if you take that lump sum payment and let's say you were at age 70, and here's the example for John, he's 70, he's gonna turn 70 in 3 months. Then they're gonna if he said yes to it, then they're gonna actually set his claiming date to 9 months previous. So he's already 3 months before 70. He was actually wanting to wait to age 70 to get the highest benefit possible. By taking the lump sum, his benefits are calculated as if he's taken those benefits 9 months earlier. So that's going to reduce his benefits for the rest of his life. And again, it depends on the situation. Everybody's different. That may make sense for some people. Maybe you have a certain amount to pay off credit cards or something before you retire. And the difference between 6 months earlier and today isn't that big of a deal. But at the end of the day, it's just not informed of the trade-off. Social Security does not, they're good at giving you the options, but not so much as helping you make a decision. And then spousal benefits. This is something that most people understand it, but we'll run through it anyway. Spousal benefits typically are 50% of your spouse's benefit amount when they claim at full retirement age. You don't qualify for spousal benefits until your spouse claims their benefit. This is where they eliminated the file and suspend. So you can claim your benefit, your own benefit, and then turn around and claim the spousal benefit if your spouse hasn't already claimed. Because Social Security, if your spouse has already claimed their benefit and you call in and say, I want my benefit, they're going to give you the higher of the two. If you claim early, then switch to the spousal benefit, your benefit will be reduced because it's based on when you claimed. So even if your spouse waits till full retirement age to claim theirs, since you claimed at 62, it'll be a reduced amount. So here's an example. John and Jane are both 62. John still works and is going to claim his benefit later. Jane, she's retired and starts taking her benefit at age 62. So John waits till he's age 70, and at age 70, then Jane can turn around and file a spousal benefit, and she would normally receive 50% if she waited till full retirement age. But since she claimed her benefit early, she'll probably still get an increase in the monthly amount, but it will be less than the 50%. And so this kind of goes into, for married couples, the spousal benefit kind of relates to survivor's benefit, but whenever you're looking at it from a married couple's perspective, you really need to coordinate your Social Security claiming decisions, because eventually one of you is going to pass away. We call those the solo years. At that point, one benefit ends and the widow receives the higher of the two benefits, so 100% of the benefits, not the 50% like the spousal benefit. So you can maximize the survivor benefit. When you do maximize the survivor benefit, it's actually for both of you, because as long as you live, it's going to be maximized. If you pass away, your spouse will get that a higher benefit as well. And so a couple of strategies, which that last line there leads into this slide. Depending on age differences and the difference between your earnings, one of the best claiming strategies oftentimes is when the lower earning spouse claims their own benefit. And they can even do that early. But again, when I say all these things, just keep in mind that every situation is a little bit different. But the lower earning spouse claims their benefit, the higher earning spouse claims their benefit at age 70. So they just delay it. So when the lower earning spouse claims, income starts immediately. So it's a way to enjoy some Social Security benefit as the higher earner delays and gets that 8% increase for each year that they delay. So then once the higher earning spouse claims their benefit, the lower earning spouse then can switch benefits and get that increased monthly benefit amount. So that's pretty much as fast as I could go through. The Social Security basics, this doesn't really go into how to claim, and we have software that runs all the analysis as far as like different strategies and what the impact will be, and let people actually make their decision based off a few options, as opposed to just saying, like most people do, it's like, you should wait till age 70, maximize your benefit. But there's a bunch of reasons why that may not work for certain situations. But if you have any questions about Social Security, you'd like some free information, or just questions about your specific circumstance, feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. If you'd like to sit down and discuss it, then you can call us, schedule an appointment, or just go to our website, and there's a link right there on the homepage that says schedule a no-cost consultation, and we'd be happy to sit down and walk you through your different options. But until next time, guys, choose your advisors wisely. Your financial health depends on it.